you see here is the Insights product. The Insights is, like I said, a single pane of glass where you can see how your support team is doing, including any virtual agents. And so you see, a lot of the standard metrics. I can go, for example, here and say, let me show for the whole month. And then you see, for example, here in the case volumes, right? I see I've got a big hole in the weekends, which makes sense. It's a business product. Really, where the AI part is coming into this is what we have here on the left, and we'll have this in a bunch of other places I'll show you. The standard problem is that when cases come in, your agents, you don't see the similarities between cases easily. So for your analysis, you normally see, there's 500 cases that are unresolved or something, or here, 5,000 cases that are new. That's easy. Any BI system can give you that stat. The problem is normally you're missing the context of which of those cases are actually about the same topic. Your human agents will know this because they often will have support articles and others by this, but normally there's no way to automatically figure this out. And this is really where the same natural language understanding technology that we've developed for our bots comes into play, because what you see here as these case topics was not entered by a human, but is actually the result of the AI looking at the case data and deciding, hey, I think those 568 cases are actually about the same topic. And the topic we believe is that when a user inputs the coupon code, the website said promotion expired, but it hadn't yet expired. It understands that all those cases are about the same thing, and it now groups them. And once you know which cases are about the same topic, fully automated, you now get a whole new level of insight that he can do. So in addition to the more traditional KPIs, for example, if I go to my incoming cases, I now see what these topics are, and I see, for example, emerging topics. I can do the analysis where we're looking at, we think this is a cluster of a support topic that's coming up, and we see how it changes day by day, week by week. And so we can actually identify what are topics that are suddenly growing. Those are ones, for example, here you've got ones that has 84 cases. It's nowhere near the most popular topics. Even here 43. But we know there's a meaningfully change happening. It went up by almost 20% versus the last period. Those are the ways how you can identify what are issues that may be really important, and you can start addressing them before they have become a big problem. Right? And this is exactly my view, where AI really helps you because it can do things that otherwise you would just lose in the data. Because if you just see, there's hundreds of cases flying by, the support manager, you can't really go and look at each case individually, and you would just lose completely in your, at breadth, the perspective to realize what are new topics that you might want to be able to address. And I can go and I can drill in, and I'll show you that more in a second, demo in a second. But, you can go and drill into these topic clusters and then look specifically, here I can say, oh, Vincent seems to have, a bunch of these cases. I can really now go and work with individual agents. We've got something about the resolve impactors, for example. So we can tell you, we can break up and, know, for example, that Contoso Nutrition ones have the biggest impact on CSAT. Right? And the same for resolution time. I can go and start understanding which of these topic clusters has the biggest contribution, the biggest negative impact, right? For example, when the user inputs a coupon code, the one topic we talked about earlier, right? The resolution time is really quite high, and there's a lot of volume. So we know overall this is really impacting by 2% of the overall case resolution time. So you start to see how I can now go and specifically target my reaction based on this insight. And this is really what it's all about. It's getting understanding and then being able to take an action on it. And then the integration with virtual agent that's coming, I can show you here a little bit. This is the KPI summary that you already saw. Right? And so here I see, okay, incoming cases is going up, and I detect here as an emerging topic that has quite a drastic change in volume, right? Still, the total count isn't that high, but I see there's a big change. And actually, the School Buddy 1000 in this example, let's say, is a new product we just launched. So I can go and now go and drill in look at the details of this cluster, the screen I showed you earlier. Now let me go down here to the Sankey chart. What this now lets you do is it actually shows you where these questions originated, right, across the different channels that you support. And you see a few things. You see, okay, this virtual agent that in this example, Contoso has deployed doesn't answer it, so it's not a topic that's already automated. And you see there's a whole bunch of unresolved, basically meaning that this would be a new support topic. Your support team doesn't yet have good answers to it, so they're spending a bunch of time on this, and you just caught it. And you can go, you know what, I think we can totally automate answering this topic. And so thanks to the integration we'll have between the Insights product and the virtual agent product, now without being an AI expert, I can go and say, you know what, I want to automate this topic. And I don't know who here has ever tried building a bot. At the moment, when you build a bot for customer service or any other thing, it typically involves developers. You use bot framework, you start coding, a lot of things that just you cannot do in a support organization. Here I just say I want to create this new topic. Then you help the AI understand what will people say. Some of this we already pre-fill. You can add more phrases, but then especially you can go and create the conversation. Just like you would write a call script and tell your human agents what you want to do, you can now tell the bot in a very, very intuitive manner. And I can go and start, the virtual agent should say something, and then let me just skip forward to a full kind of tree. Here you see a more complex kind of conversation. And so you can literally very intuitively say, which model of school body do you have? And if it's 1,000, this is what I want to tell. This way you can make sure the bot interacts directly in the tone of voice, in the style that your company wants to. And you can, of course, provide the right answer, which is ultimately what your customers care most about, right? And now once I have deployed this to my website, the virtual agent now will be able to just go and answer this question. And think about it. It means now that all your support managers have the data to understand what are new topics that are impacting, what are topics maybe where customers are not happy about. You can go and easily update the response of the bot if you decide to automate it, and then the bot can provide the answers. And looking at, this is a data set, a few weeks later, simulated, and then you'll see, right, that now my virtual agent can actually handle a lot of this volume. And so instead of having the human agents either not know what to do or take time to explain how to reset the body, they can spend time on more complex diagnostics, troubleshooting, all the things at which humans are really great, and AI honestly isn't there yet. And this ease with which all this is possible really makes it now applicable to the very broad audience. Any company can go and start using it to raise their customer service into this new era of AI. So with this, let me go back to, is it 5? No, 5 was the right one for the slides.